Here, this can be like the cold open. Just a little sip of my nondescript soda. Hello and welcome to another episode of Chump Change. As always, I have my co-host
Pree. Hi, welcome in.
And I'm your other co-host, Lorenzo, or GarboArtist. Just, pick out the fluff this week. Instead of acting awkward like we have an intro.
All right.
All right, indeed. We got some shit to talk about this week.
All right. Start us off, my friend.
Oh, I fucked up the intro. Hello and welcome to episode 31 of Chump Change. I'm your host, Lorenzo, or GarboArtist, and with me as always, I have our co-host,
Pree. Hi, welcome.
Cool. I did the intro again, by the way. Future Pree, keep that in. It's funny. And run the intro again, too.
Wow.
I don't think I've done that bit before. I don't think I've done the intro multiple times in the show. Anyways, yeah. I'm starting off the podcast. Car talk this week.
Car talk.
Buying a new car versus fighting to keep one alive. I have an old hoopty that Pretonio over here sold me, 99 Rolla.
That's the Rolla.
The Rolla.
The Rolla.
And she's done me a lot of good. She's gotten me to work for the last, almost as long as I've had my girlfriend. So 4 years now, 4 years.
Man, how do you remember how long you've been with your girlfriend? Oh, how long have I had my car?
Well, I got the car after me and her took a break, and that was about a year in.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of like I've had the car a year less than I've had my current girlfriend. I don't know.
You have them. Get it, guys? You have them.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
It is. Yeah, we're filming this on Valentine's Day, and it's going out tomorrow.
Yeah, because it's 10 o'clock at night. I think we're done with our Valentine's Day festivities. Not me and his festivities.
You want to get into the festivities before we do the car talk? Since it just happened?
Sure.
All right, instead of car talk, first we're going to talk about what we did for Valentine's Day. I had to go to work pretty early today, so I didn't have time to set up flowers and breakfast in bed for a girlfriend this year. So I said, you know what? I was going to go to the gym today, but I'm a little sore, so I'm just going to get her whatever dinner she wants tonight. Get her. I told her we can go to the store. She can pick out whatever snacks she wants, and she can get microwave meals, or she can tell me to cook something, whatever she wanted from the store, or we can order something in. And she said, let's get pizza.
Oh, yeah.
So I hopped on Roundtable because Domino's is blasphemy. Oh. And
huh?
Domino's is D-tier pizza. Sorry, not sorry.
Also, I just want to insert here. I went to this pizza restaurant. I got an extra large pizza combination for like $50.
Yeah.
Man, is that expensive?
That's pretty box standard about everywhere these days for pizza places, I think, since COVID at least.
Man.
It can't be as bad as when we went to Five Guys in 2019 or 2020.
Man, thank you, Domino's, for having such great deals so I don't have to spend $50 on an extra large combination pizza.
Hashtag not sponsored. Go to Domino's today and get yourself a 2-topping medium pizza for $7.99 with any sides.
Carry out only, I think.
No, delivery now.
Oh.
Like the last 2 years, I think. I ordered it while we lived together, too.
Oh.
Yeah, well, one of the times you're like, I want Domino's. I was like, ugh. It was the day we went to pick it up, actually.
Oh.
Because remember I said, let's get it delivered, but that one was like a quarter mile from the house. You're like, no, dude, get in my car.
Yeah, dude, save the $5 plus tip.
Joke's on the driver. The delivery fee is his tip.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyways. So girlfriend got her choice of whatever she wanted, and on the Roundtable website, it was okay. You can get a personal size pizza and get a 20-ounce beverage. I was like, oh, cool. Because girlfriend prefers like chicken wings and stuff too, and I actually really like their chicken.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay. No, she got the bone in.
Oh,
not chicken nuggets.
you know, I think it might still be Tyson, but yeah.
Is it? I feel like Tyson's drumlets aren't as like meaty as the bone-in ones. It could also be this specific Roundtable.
Maybe I don't know.
But so I did the personal combos because it was $10 a piece, and I was like, okay, girlfriend likes the garlic twists and the chicken, so I'll just double down on that, and we can share that. And DoorDash is now what they're using for deliveries at Roundtable, or at least by my house. And the DoorDasher, I met him outside because he called me. He was at the wrong apartment, so I walked down the stairs. He met me at the stairs, and I picked up all the boxes and the bottles out of his hands. And when I got inside, I was missing my personal pizza. I had everything. I had the chicken wings. I had 2 drinks. I had her personal pizza and the garlic twist. But my pizza was not anywhere to be found. And I called Roundtable, and after talking for a bit, because that was the last order of the night for them. The guy made it right. He was like, "Yeah, just come in. Like, I'll write down your name. You can get a small size pizza upgrade for free." And I was like, "Cool." But Pree and I were laughing about it, and he was like, "Oh, dude, you should talk about that." That was my Valentine's Day. But the reason it's relevant to me to talk about at least is Pree and I think we talked about it on the podcast before. We used to DoorDash.
Yes, sir.
And the last month, whenever I've had to DoorDash something, because it's been more busy at work, or I've ordered something ahead of time, so it beats me home, so me and girlfriend can just have dinner. Almost every time without fail, they miss something. And usually it's like a drink. It's something inconsequential. I can be like, all right, whatever. I got water, or I have syrups and club soda. I'll make an Italian soda. Like, it's always like, whatever. Give me $5 on DoorDash credit. I don't care. This is the first time they missed something big. But it pissed me off a lot because, one, the motherfucker stole my pizza. That was my dinner. Fuck you. If somehow this podcast makes it to you, Frank, or whoever the fuck delivered my food tonight, I didn't dox him. Don't worry. I'm not that.
I was like, you just said his name like that. You just gave out his federal.
I'm sure I could look at my text and I could dox him, but I'm not going to. That's evil. Whoever you are, I hope this finds its way to you. Fuck you for stealing my pizza. Because the guy told me he watched you count all of the boxes.
By the way, if you didn't steal the pizza and you just misplaced the pizza, we also give the benefit of the doubt.
No, fuck you, Frank. But it pissed me off because it was a busy day at work, and I was setting up a bunch of new computers at my job. So I didn't have time to like leave to go pick up food, and I woke up late, so I didn't have time to pack food. And a motherfucker stole my drink when I ordered Subway.
Dude, it's tough, man.
Like, it's crazy to me how... Okay, actually, the Subway one, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because the Subway people just make the sandwich. They don't pull the drink out of the cooler and say, here's his drink, right?
Yeah.
They just assume the DoorDash is going to make sure everything's there. Which, shame on you for not making sure you have everything, but also, it is what it is. People expect their jobs to be easy.
Plus, 90% of the time, it's already bagged. So...
Well, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
My follow-up was, anytime I've ordered from B-Dubs here, they always forget the drinks. Not just one drink, usually both drinks. Because I order B-Dubs for me and girlfriend.
Man, I don't even know what that's code name for.
B-Dubs?
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh.
Because BWs.
Oh, that's a W.
Yeah, B-dubs.
Oh.
B-dubs.
Oh, you know who didn't get a dub this week?
Me?
This last Sunday?
Oh, you want to get into that?
No, before we get into that, to cap off the DoorDash.
Yeah.
You know, when I go out to take out,
yeah,
I go in there and I check the order before I walk away.
Yeah, well,
for DoorDash, it's hard, right? Because the guy's gone.
Well, or like if he leaves at your door.
Yeah, like you know, like.
Well, so here's the thing about that though, right? Because I usually go to my door. I usually will retrieve it if I'm not actively doing something.
Yeah.
Like it was the order was supposed to show up because I figured it was a regular driver from the store. The delivery was supposed to show up while I was here. We were gonna start recording while I was waiting for the food.
Yeah.
So this was definitely an occasion of, hey, I'm not busy, so I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna go grab my food. And in that moment, if I realized as the handoff was happening, or like for the subway incident, I had to exit a gated area. I had to go physically exit my workplace to go retrieve the food because it's in a gated area. And it was weird to me because it was like, hey, guy, you don't have my drink from Subway. And he didn't know what to do because it was like, do I go back and get his drink for him because he paid for it? And like he was freaking out. He didn't know how to resolve this problem because in the past we have done that. I vividly remember we were like, hold on, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go get the rest of your stuff. We're gonna make this right.
Yeah.
You and I have gone out. I think even one time you bought a Coke from a gas station because it was like across the street.
Yeah, yeah.
For a guy.
I took the hit because that was my fault. Yeah.
I forget what it was. I don't remember if we forgot something or if you spilled a drink. But you ended up buying a Coke for someone, which admittedly is generous, right?
Yeah, that's me being a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure DoorDash would have said, look, dude, we'll give him a refund and he could order his drink another day.
Yeah. He'll get a little bit more value than what the drink was on its own.
Yeah, see, but you know, that guy, he knows like, hey, some of these DoorDashers are not scumbags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I genuinely saw my Subway guy earlier today panic because he was like, what am I gonna do about this? I had to help him out. I was like, hey dude, I have a water bottle in my office and I have a Red Bull in my office. Don't worry about it. And admittedly, he was nice. He was like, wait, I have like a pack of Gatorades in my trunk. I just went to Costco. I'm like, it's cool, man. I appreciate that. It's not really what I'm in the mood to drink right now. I was looking forward to a vitamin water, but you know, thank you. I actually do appreciate it. And he was like, okay, man, thank you. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, it's fine.
Call up DoorDash. Hey, man, I ain't get my drink, dog.
Well, I did say that. I'm like, I guess Subway didn't direct him like where to retrieve my drink.
You know?
Because technically, the way that the instruction manual for DoorDash and Uber Eats is they are supposed to set out your order so you can take it and go.
Yep.
So whether it's his fault or it's their fault, I don't know. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and just say, hey, he didn't realize he had to go pick up the drink. But also, it was a Subway thing, and Subway has these very thin bags that are like form-fitting to the fucking sandwich, so.
Maybe the drink was in the bag, dog. I don't know.
It wasn't in the bag. I can guarantee you it wasn't in the bag.
All right, so moving on. Last week, Sunday, was the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 58!
Yeah, Super Bowl 58. Let's talk about it. Did you watch it?
Live in Las Vegas at the... I forget what the stadium was.
Did you watch the Nickelodeon version or did you watch?
I didn't watch. No, you clown. I did not watch the Nickelodeon version.
Man, you know, I was version so I was watching. I didn't even know there was a Nickelodeon version. I would have just clicked that.
So you know what's cool about it actually? Because you and I we were texting during the game, so we didn't have time to like powwow about it.
Yeah.
At the top of the game, they actually, if you were watching the Paramount Plus broadcast from CBS, they actually had a booth at the top of the stadium where the window was a screen, and it looked like SpongeBob and Patrick were sitting in the booth with the commentators for the Nickelodeon one.
Oh.
So if you were in the stadium and you looked at that specific Nickelodeon themed booth, or let's be real, it wasn't Nickelodeon themed, it was SpongeBob themed.
There was Dora.
Well, was there Dora?
There was Dora, and what's that other guy?
Boots?
Yeah.
The monkey?
Yep, and then there's the map too.
Ah, yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing says football like needing to read a map during the game.
It was so disrespectful.
Which side of the field do I kick the football? The Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers was the Super Bowl this year. And I watched it on Paramount Plus, as did Pree. He did the 7-day free trial. # not sponsored. Go watch Paramount Plus. Paramount
7-day free trial just to watch the Super Bowl. I canceled my subscription in the same hour.
Paramount Plus, Viacom, I will shill the heck out of your service. Please sponsor us.
Paramount Plus.
I actually like Paramount Plus. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah, so what'd you think about Super Bowl?
Super Bowl is cool. Disclaimer, based on where we've said we live, I'm a 49ers fan. San Francisco through and through for me. As a 49ers fan, I'm not mad at the loss at all. We went into OT. I didn't like that. I started seeing on Twitter the next day that, the 49ers players didn't know that the OT rules were what they were now. Huh?
I mean,
that one had me scratching my head a little bit. Might be an L on the coach's part for not informing them or something, but
yeah.
Either way, it was a really good game. The 49ers and the Chiefs it was not an offense game for either of them the entire Super Bowl. It was very much the defense was carrying both teams.
Hey, for all the people that said it was scripted, that was a great script though, wasn't it? If it was. That kept me watching the whole game. I don't know.
A lot of people were saying it was rigged too. I kept seeing it on Twitter, and I kept hearing it from people at work because I was watching it at work.
Man, everyone said it's rigged since Super Bowl 1, bro.
People were complaining it was rigged. I gotta tell you, the last time we fought the Chiefs at the Super Bowl, it felt a lot more. I don't want to say it felt. I don't want to say it felt rigged, but that was a harder game. Like we got our asses handed to us that game. But no, the Super Bowl's cool. I'm not mad about it at all. I did sports betting and I didn't actually lose money. I came up with $45 off of it.
I didn't do any of that sports betting. I just watched the game. That was a good game.
Yeah, I like Big Gamba. He likes Big Gamma where you push the button and does the spinny thing though.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Big Gamba where you bet on odds and statistics or play cards.
Yeah, me, I'm more like, can I get 2 quick picks,
Oh, you're a California lottery Mega Millions kind of guy.
Yeah, I was trying to get my daily derby ticket for today. That machine didn't have daily derby, so I just played Fantasy 5. So
wasn't in the cards.
Yep.
But yeah, no, Super Bowl was cool. I was clowning on the Apple halftime music show last year. Admittedly, very good level up this year from Usher.
Mm-hmm.
There were some questionable moments. There was some questionable moments in the halftime show. There was a part where Usher almost kicked the legs out of what's his name when he slid through his legs.
Oh yeah, what was that? Jay-Z? No.
Jay-Z.
No, that ain't no Jay-Z, man. I don't even remember the Super Bowl no more.
You might need to blurb yourself there so you don't sound. Hold on, I got you.
Oh my goodness.
Who was in the halftime show?
Who was in the halftime show? We got to look that up real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm pausing this just so so I can help you out here. Oh man.
Oh man, I'm keeping this in, by the way. So to include some more banter while we're looking this up. T Swizzle, Taylor Swift.
Jesus. I do not want to talk about T Swizzle being there.
And Ice Spice. Ice Spice.
Yeah. Not as impressive as the people who actually performed.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the people that actually played the game, because that's when T Swizzle came on the screen for some reason.
Oh yeah, no. It was weird to me, and I kept noting this to people, and people started agreeing after like I pointed out enough times. Taylor Swift actually had more screen time, I think, than Usher, and he's the one who performed in the halftime show. Because anytime they talked about Kelsey, or anytime they showed Kelsey doing something on the Chiefs side, they showed Taylor Swift because that's who she's dating. Crazy to me. Insane.
Viva Las Vegas. I was like, whoa. Viva Las Vegas, baby.
By the way, Jermaine.
That was not...
Wasn't Jermaine? Yeah, it was Jermaine Dupri.
That was really him? Oh, gosh. I can't find it. But no, the Usher performance was great.
Wait, did he have pockets on his socks? What am I looking at? Right? He had pockets on his socks.
What were we looking at? Can we talk about how Usher was like getting naked on the screen?
Hold on, I'm sending this for you to put in the edit. This dude had he had Louis Vuitton Paris socks with pockets on them.
Oh my goodness, what's he packing in there?
He got the what do they call it? The little pea shooter that women used to put in the garter. It was called the
either way, we're not ragging on LV Paris, but
I think designer brand clothing is pretty funny.
That's quite interesting.
Man, I can't believe Jermaine Dupri slipped my brain though. That's crazy. Yeah, no, halftime show was cool though. A little silly. I felt old once Little John started doing "Turn Down for What." Las Vegas Turn Down for What?
Nah.
Because then it became a lot of songs from that era, and I was like, dude, this is what they played when I was in middle school. Like, and I went to the dances and parties. Like, this is what people played.
No, dude, it was his intro. Like when when he first got on stage, the first 3 songs or 2 songs that he was performing, I was like, I heard these, but I don't know these.
No, everything that was sang during the halftime show, I knew every song.
Yeah, I was like, okay. And then it got more popular, and I was like, oh, gosh.
I felt dated by the halftime show.
No, so did I. I was like, there's no way Usher is... And I am as this age. Like, there's no way.
But definitely felt like a level up on the halftime show from the last couple of years. Sorry if that's a hot take.
Wow, you didn't like Rihanna from last year?
I didn't like Rihanna from last year. I'm sorry.
What? You didn't like the bouncing red, like, inflatable suits? Sumo suits?
My take on the Rihanna halftime Apple Vision halftime show, Deluxe Pro Max, it felt very weird because of the I forget what the circumstances were. It wasn't just the fact that she was pregnant, but the pregnancy did ultimately contribute to like her part of the performance was stiff because pregnant.
Yeah.
There was something about it that like threw me off. I can't remember exactly what it was. I just remember being like, huh, this is a very last minute weird thing that's like, you didn't have to call attention to it, but cool. I think that might have been when she announced she was pregnant. I think that was the like where she announced she was pregnant. I think that might have been what rubbed me the wrong way.
You know, just like how Usher was rubbing on Alicia Keys.
There was a whole thing. I remember the guys in my office were asking me too, like, doesn't she have a husband? What did he say?
I was
that?
like, doesn't Usher have a wife?
Does Usher have a wife?
I don't, the way he was taking off his shirt, I don't know anymore. You know?
These are my confessions.
Uh-huh.
I actually really liked the medley style combination of all of those songs though.
Yeah.
I didn't like that we spent too much time on any one song, which is something where I think a lot of other other halftime shows, they linger on certain songs too much instead of making it a performance. I don't remember Bruno Mars performing at the halftime show.
Didn't he? See, man.
No,
look,
I'm not saying he didn't. No, I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he didn't. I don't remember. Like, my brain does not have that recollection.
Okay,
I remember the year that we lived together. I watched it with the assistant manager, the halftime show.
Yeah,
in the office, and I remember 50 Cent and a bunch of other people were performing that year.
Okay, they said,
and I only remember that because my boss said instead of 50 Cent, he was like, "Man, that's not 50 Cent. That's like $1.50." Because he was looking a little larger.
Yeah.
And I was laughing because me and the other two people in the room looked at the assistant manager like, "Ain't no way you're saying that. Ain't no way you're saying that."
No way.
Cause you know who I'm talking about, right? You remember who I'm talking about?
Yeah, man.
He said that, and I just like laughed to myself, and then I saw the other look at him. I was like, "Don't say anything." Oh man.
Sometimes when you're a big chump, we can't make fun of the other bigger chumps.
Yeah, chumps in solidarity all the time.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I think it was cool that it was a medley style thing. Like Usher and the team that coordinated that performance very much made it more of an experience than it was just him singing or rehashing old music.
I really liked how it was like a community of a lot of artists.
Yeah.
Just because he collaborated with all of them, right? To be honest.
It was crazy because on Twitter after the halftime show too, I'm like, that's crazy that he brought out almost everyone he's worked with, but he didn't have Justin Bieber there. I was like, that's crazy.
Was he gonna bring in DJ Khaled? Like, what was gonna happen there?
I'm wondering it. Yeah, because that's where my brain went after I saw that. I was like, surely there's more people that he's actively like more than once worked with.
Yeah.
And then my brain was like, okay, you know how the industry is, Lorenzo. It's probably just scheduling conflicts, or those people wanted to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which understandable.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll chill out for the next Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're gonna be one of the guys who buys a $1 million 1 minute ad during the halftime or during the Super Bowl.
Nah, what are we? Kanye West?
What are we? Temu?
Temu.
Temu. My bad.
Temu. Dude, that was a shocker to me.
And one of the sportscasters, when we went back to like the game, as it was like doing the floating perspective,
yeah,
he was like, "Brought to you by Temu." And I was like, "Temu?
Ain't no way, Temu."
Oh, dude. But like, there was so many Temu ads, bro, that they easily probably spent like 10 mil on that shit. Easily.
Dude. I don't know what Temu got over there, but
clearly they got it. They're out here giving out free gifts and they're doing Super Bowl ads, bro. They got it like that.
What was that?
$3 monitors add up. If enough people buy the $3 144 hertz monitor, adds up eventually.
And then what was that? HelloFresh. They got a free breakfast for life. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, HelloFresh.
HelloFresh.
A previous sponsor and partner of Big Chumps.
HelloFresh.
I do another HelloFresh sponsorship.
HelloFresh.
I do it one time for free just because the fact that was one of the ones where HelloFresh reached out to GarboArtist through Stream Elements instead of like me looking through my list.
Yeah.
And then I went into the Big Chumps Stream Elements and I was like, I emailed them. I was like, hey, like GarboArtist and this are the same thing. Like, do you want to throw one this way too? So that's how because remember I was like, oh man, we never stream on Big Chumps. How did the Big Chumps one get the sponsorship?
Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah.
So HelloFresh, you want to run it back? Let's do it.
HelloFresh.
I will. Here is my promise to the world. If HelloFresh wants to do a long-term sponsorship deal with us, I will get my car sanded and I'll wrap it with HelloFresh decals. It'll be the Freshmobile.
All right. Speaking about cars, we kind of tangent for 30 minutes, but yeah.
I had to get there, man. I had to find a way to pivot. Why'd you call it out, man? I'm trying to be professional, man. Come on.
All right, so back to the car.
Yeah, we finally got to what was supposed to be the first topic.
Buying a new car versus keeping an old one alive.
By the way, when I say new car, I use the term new car subjectively. New as in
2004 is new to me because I've never driven the car.
Well, it's newer than what I have right now.
1996 is new to me because I've never driven that car.
No, incorrect. You are downgrading now.
What?
So I am still currently in a situation where shortly after my time with Pree in the South Bay area, the rear right strut started having some issues. And I think the part of that's just because there's a lot of like dips and large hills there. So, right strut just wasn't having a good time over there.
And two big chumps.
Well, then both struts should have gone out if that's the case.
Yeah.
Realistically, all of to pull into our apartment, that the right side of that dip was really rough.
Yeah, it was.
You always scrape my car on that side. You always scrape the right side of my car.
That's what I had to do, man.
This man liked riding in my car, and my car got more damage from him driving it than me, probably.
Probably.
Not withholding when he owned it.
Oh yeah, when I owned it, dude, I was babying the heck out of that car.
But I was in a situation where my father and I were examining my car, and we were like, okay, well, I got a couple bucks. I can put a couple bucks towards the down on a new car, or I can just fix my car and try and get another 50 miles out of it, or 50,000 miles out of it to 100. Because realistically, the car, when you handed it off to me, was in immaculate condition. A lot of the big things people worry about, you guys had just fixed that on that car. Yeah. But recently my power steering started leaking. There was a gasket leak in my engine header that I fixed. It might still be a problem. I'm not sure if that was sealed properly or not. I have to check. And then my rear strut. And I got it all diagnosed at Toyota just so I could see what I needed and I could part it out myself. And ultimately, the answer is always me buying the parts myself and doing the labor with my uncle at his shop is cheaper than buying a new car. But the thing that me and Pree actively talked about, and we talked about this at nauseum when he bought his current car, is I can keep this hoopty going. I know for a fact I can keep it going, but there's benefits of buying a new car. But the biggest con is you need to pay for the monthly and you need to pay for the insurance, which is going to be higher.
Yeah, so paying the price of the car. Like, so let's say we don't take the monthly and we just buy it flat out.
Yeah.
We are not financial advisors by any means.
No, not at all. This is just based on our current and previous experiences.
Yeah. If a car goes 200,000 miles, there is a maintenance schedule that you should probably do.
Yeah.
If you buy a car at 0 and you run it to 200,000 miles, Or if you buy a car at 150,000 miles and you run it to the 200,000 mile mark, the maintenance schedule is still there.
Yeah.
And I think that's about as far as I'm going to get with that conversation.
So my thing there was there's a couple factors into the buying a newer car. I'm going to stop saying new just because it's not like I was buying a 2023 or 2024 car.
Yep.
The biggest thing that was on my radar in terms of what would be efficient, because I also need to buy a car that my girlfriend can handle. The biggest thing that made sense to me was I got a reasonable monthly quote for a Nissan Leaf. I think it was a 2016 Nissan Leaf.
Nissan Leaf is an SUV, I think, right?
No, it is a sedan. It's a hatchback, but it's a full EV.
Oh, okay.
So there's a
Chevy
couple.
Bolt.
There's a
Chevy Volt.
Yeah,
Volt.
Yeah. It's the comparable for the Volt Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple things there that made me think. Right across the street from my house, the business that's there has a supercharger and a regular EV charger. So technically, as long as me or girlfriend are willing to go across the street for hour, 2 hours the night before to charge the car is always going to be fueled.
Yeah.
And realistically, what this would be is I would have driven this car until she got her license, and I would set her up, or I would fix the Corolla in time for me to start driving that again, or she would drive the Corolla only in town, and I would drive the Leaf to my work, which also has a EV charger at the job site.
Yeah.
Because the thesis there was California offers a rebate for buying an EV vehicle.
Yep.
And then also because I am buying a car from a dealership, I'd get that 20,000 or 40,000 mile. Hey, buddy, you either go 3 years or you go these miles, and we'll do your tune-ups between now and then.
Yeah.
And that was really big to me because it's for me and you, the trade on the car was you said it yourself, you got the value out of the car a million times over because it took you to work and you made the value of the car that many times.
Yeah.
And that was the reason that you've told me to stick with this car and not buy anything new so far. Yeah. Same thing when I bought a van when I moved to Nevada just so I could move all my stuff in that. That was the same theory you gave me for that too, because while I was paying for the insurance and the gas on both of those cars, both cars got me to work and I paid off what I spent on both of them.
Yeah.
Up until the point where I didn't need to use the van anymore because I lived with you and we already had 5 cars at the time combined.
Yeah, dude, we had a lot of cars.
How did we park all of those when we lived there?
I don't know. You know, I'm thinking I'm that guy. I was that guy that everyone hates in the apartment complex because there's no guest parking.
Yeah, and then when it was just both, when you left all your other cars and it was just your Corolla, my Corolla, we could never find parking.
Yeah, dude, I didn't get it.
Like it's we stopped being those guys, and then someone else was those guys.
Yeah, you know, we got our karma.
We should have just kept our extra cars there, and then been like, "Hey, Pree, go grab my van keys from the office. I need to park. We'll put the van on the street tonight." God, was that van easy to get into in that parking lot though? Because the sliding door.
Yeah.
I never had to open the front door. I just walk in. I keep getting distracted. So you told me to write it out, and at this point, I've probably made the value of a brand new Tesla off of that car taking me to work twice over.
Yeah.
So that car, like my Corolla, has served me infinitely well. But at the end of the day, when I was running the numbers, and because I was going to split off of my family insurance to buy this car, it didn't financially make sense at all to do it.
Yeah, you know, it's rough because it never makes sense.
Yeah. Like
almost never.
The only time it will ever make sense is if I absolutely need to get off of my family insurance for the cars, or I buy the car and I add my dad to the title and I just add it to that to the family insurance plan.
Yeah.
And then, you know, maybe we'll get a little bit of a rebate on the multiple cars already being on the insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the resolution that we came to was I got a lot of deals from AutoZone, and I bought all my expensive parts for like $380.
Yeah, and if you're that car guy and you look at all the different parts and you're like, I would never buy O'Reilly's or AutoZone parts.
Well, the cool part about it is I didn't just buy whatever, generic AutoZone parts. I actually was talking with the guys at the Toyota dealership, and I asked my uncle, and the unanimous decision was, I don't know if it was you or your uncle when you guys had the car, but my car has loaded KYB struts in them.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy said at the dealership, and then my uncle agreed with him, the beauty of me already having it is if I can get a brand new out the box loaded assembly, that car will run like it's brand new or it's like 100,000 miles again.
Yeah, because, the other half's already there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I did is I just doubled down, and because I was getting all the discounts, I bought a set.
Oh, yeah. And if you order online on AutoZone, you get like 20% off sometimes.
Yeah, that was one of the discounts I got.
Yeah.
I got 20% off. I got a $5 rebate or $5 credit because I signed up for the first time with AutoZone. Normally I use my uncle's phone number because mechanic. But I signed up, so I got the $5 credit or whatever. And then PayPal Honey. Dude, I'm shilling for so many companies in this episode. Jesus Christ. PayPal Honey gave me a really good discount on it too. Coupon code.
Yeah.
So I was like, screw it. It's going to be a lot of work to replace a good strut and a bad strut, but in the long run, it's going to save me some hassle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then for those of you who have been paying attention to my rambling, you'll be like, well, Lorenzo, you said you want a car for your girlfriend. Me and my father agreed that I could just eat the cost of fixing his Toyota Avalon, and I can have that as well. His only request was I give the Corolla to my girlfriend because we know it's good, and I drive the Avalon as we repair it.
Oh, yeah.
Except the Avalon needs a radio. Hey, man, you want to help me do speakers and radio system for my Avalon?
Hey, dude, I was in your house the other day.
Yeah.
You got this cool JBL speaker, Bluetooth. Timu?
Bluetooth speaker.
So check it out. Radio. You get your JBL speaker. We're gonna slap it on the dash. Boom, radio.
Well, that I borrowed that Avalon actually. That's how I was listening to music in the Avalon before.
There you go.
When did you see a Bluetooth speaker in my house? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like looking around. I'm looking around now. I'm like, where did you see that?
But yeah,
I don't own a JBL. That's crazy.
But yeah, so moving forward, time for my talk on buying a new or keeping a used. All right, so I've been getting into bicycling lately, right? So my girlfriend's family, they had a couple of bikes from however long ago. We bring them over here. I was looking at them. I was trying to do, the basic maintenance that I could. Greasing up the wheel bearing or the little ball bearings, trying to fix the brakes. If something was a little too tight, try to free it up. Too grimy. But yeah, so I'm thinking like, man, I did as much as I could, and then I had to let it go to the shop because, there's some things I'm not capable of doing. So I said, boss, this bike is a little outdated. Let me get some of the newer features swapped out. So, it had those little grip shifters,
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I want those upgraded to the lever one. So basically you just push it in with your thumbs to shift the gears.
Oh,
and I was like,
what?
All right, well, throw that in there. I want that conversion.
I don't know if I like that.
I was like, hey, throw those conversions in there.
I actually the last bike I owned, I think it was a 6-speed bike.
Yeah.
I liked the wrist gear shift.
Yeah. See me, I don't like that at all because I don't want to be going down the mountain trail and you know. But anyways,
hey man, that sounds like a skill issue. I had to go to school and work on one of those.
yeah. But moving forward, the guy charged me around 100, almost 200 for the labor, right?
Yeah.
And he had to do a couple of different odds and ends, and it was almost coming to the point where I could get a brand new like entry level bike, which is what that was kind of being upgraded into, for almost the same price used.
Couple bones more Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, like couple bones more Facebook Marketplace. And I was in the same dilemma. And see, I was like, you know what? This right here was my girlfriend's like pop's bike,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Sentimental value. I want to bring this bike back to life, Yeah. If we ever like take a picture like with a bike, he can look back at it and be like, man, that was my bike.
Yeah.
And, like the sentimental part for me was the only reason why I wanted to keep the old one alive.
Yeah.
So now I need to get a bike for myself, and best believe I'm going to buy a brand new one and not get it used off Facebook Marketplace, because for some reason everyone wants almost the same price, the same sticker price on Marketplace right now. I don't know why.
Everyone's sick of being fat from COVID, so they're trying to go out biking.
Yeah, dude. But yeah. Oh, I can also talk about my first paved trail. All right, so today is Valentine's Day. What did I do for Valentine's Day? I picked up the bike from the shop yesterday. So today, me and my girlfriend went out riding the bikes. It started raining almost like towards the end of our ride. Boy, was I having a lot of fun. So it was a little bit uphill for maybe like a good like minute or two.
Yeah.
And then it went just straight down. Like you just go down, there's turns weaving in and out.
Yeah.
It ended like by a lake. Like some body of water. I don't really remember where I was, to be honest with you.
I was gonna say, well, general region, were you in your neck of the woods or were you in our hometown, like the next city over at the state park?
Maybe I don't know. I'd have to look at the map. So basically what happened was,
how do you not know which region?
I said,
what?
I said, I'm going to go to this parking lot.
Uh-huh.
Parking lot did not exist.
Oh.
So I just continued down until I found a spot, like the next spot. And I was not paying attention to where that stop was.
Well, I mean, I don't need your exact longitude and latitude. I'm saying,
yeah.
Were you at the state park that was near our hometown, or were you in your neck of the woods?
I don't think so. I don't think I was. No.
Which side of the bridge were you on?
No,
where you live? Where you live right? Did you bike where you live right now, or did you bike in our hometown?
Oh, like where near me? Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I was trying to get. I'm like, because when you said paved trail, so I immediately think the state park, the next city over from where we used to live.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, like over towards me, but I don't know where I was, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not trying to dox, because obviously the more we say about your area, we're gonna dox you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. But man, that paved trail was wonderful. And then I was going down such beautiful random body of water, and then it dawned on me. If you go down, you must go back up.
Yeah.
And then I cried.
Do you want my infinite wisdom and personal experience there?
Go ahead.
That's why if I ever bike and I'm on a paved trail and I don't mountain bike, I usually go to the state park over by yonder where we grew up.
Yeah.
Because you do have to go back, but there's not a lot of like hills.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's like a 4-mile trail-ish.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm all about. I'm all about, like, just the hills, like the hills is where it's at.
The reason I don't really care for hills is because if I want like the high intensity, I'd rather go to a gym just because it's a controlled environment.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't need to eat shit going up the hill on my 6-speed mountain bike, and I fuck up my knee and my elbow and my tires flat.
Hey man.
But I will make you a deal. If I could leave the bike with you, or I could store it at your family's place, I will go biking with you at the state park in our hometown.
Yeah, I mean, so
I'll buy the bike. You just need to have a rack for your car and transport it.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like I already got a rack right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't have anywhere to keep a bike, so that's why I'm like, I'll keep it with you. Or
you know, my uncle was telling me the same thing. Man, I don't got a space to put the bike. I was like, you know what? If the bike was just in the living room, I wouldn't be too mad at it, you know?
Well, I'm not gonna actively use it. So that's why
that would make you use it, you know? Like imagine you come
where
home
am I
from
gonna
work.
okay, where am I gonna go where I live on a bike that I wouldn't just go in my car? On the street I live on, do you think I'm gonna ride a bike on this street?
Look, I don't ride my bike on the street. I go to the park.
Okay, I'm not gonna where am I gonna go here?
You know, that's
and by the time that I'm off work, the only place that it makes sense to go would be the state park next to where I work, not in the middle of suburb, wherever the fuck where I live. Correction, actually, I do know where I could ride a bike over here. I have to go to fucking Mount Diablo.
Nah, so there's probably a lot more trails.
There is. You have to go further in. You have to go further up the street from where I am.
Yeah.
Like those residential areas, I know there's trails over there. Fuck that.
Yeah, because even me, I had to drive like 10, 15 just to even get over there.
Or further back towards the BART station, there is that trail crossing that goes towards the Port Chicago Highway.
Mm.
You know, there's like that random intersection crossing, like it makes you stop in that weird spot. That's a trail.
But I don't know. You know?
That's pretty deep, and I'd still have to ride the bike all the way over there, and that's not even the start of the trail.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for me,
I'm cool.
For me, I got the bike rack for the car.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, look, dude, I'm driving to the trail parking lot. I'm starting when the trail says we're starting.
Yeah. That's why it's like, hey, if you want to go to the town right before the bridge and go to the state park there and ride the full trail, I'll do that with you.
Oh yeah.
But also I know
that's the future.
Yeah. No, I know the trail too, and I'd feel comfortable going there. You're over here talking about exploring random areas and going mountain biking, and fuck you. If I have an asthma attack, I'd rather do it in a gym or on a trail where I know there's people.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
This guy's gonna take me off a cliff into a patch of cactuses, and I'm gonna die.
Oh boy.
But yeah, no, I'm on my workout hype again, so I am more than willing now to invest in a bike and get back on that.
All right. Yeah.
So yeah, what's the final consensus for you? Because I landed on I'm gonna keep this car and I'm gonna fix it up.
Dude. So
your consensus was buy a brand new guy.
Yours was it doesn't make sense to upgrade. Mine was I sentimentally want to keep it, so I will upgrade. Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't say sentiment because you're just gonna tell me I'm a fucking dumbass. There's hella sentimental value in my car.
Well, yeah. But I was trying to play both roles, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not just financial. At the end of the day, it's not just sentimental.
Well, also your thing is a lot easier to work on if you know how to work on it than my thing.
I tell you, dude, look, I didn't know one thing about bikes besides it had tires. You do not know how much YouTube I watched and how far I got just off of YouTube.
Yeah.
When in doubt, Chris Fix.
Is that who you watched?
Chris Fix. No,
that's not sponsored by Chris Fix.
That's one of the car guys on YouTube. But anyways.
Hashtag not sponsored by Chris Fix.
Anything else you want to talk about?
We're gonna do a little OT today because we missed last week.
Okay.
Just so we can talk about the canceled video.
Okay.
Because I think an extra video's worth of content in this section can go on the YouTube channel too, the main YouTube channel.
Okay.
In lieu of the or you can clip it up, whatever you want to do for this. This can go on the main channel in lieu of the video we were going to post, just because we need to start getting content out. We purchased Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League before it came out. We pre-ordered it so we could play it, do a review, and post a video on it.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't want to rag on it. I really don't want to rag on it. It's not a good game. Or that's ragging on it. That game is not for everyone. If you're the kind of person that enjoys playing those Destiny, come in and do your dailies and do the same mission every day or the entire time, that's your kind of game. The gameplay was very monotonous, and 2 out of 4 of the characters felt like trash to control and like maneuver the world.
No, that's probably skill diff, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
Or preference diff, by the way.
Actually, no, because even when the reason I took to Deadshot and Shark was because that intro bit where they let you play as all of them, they just felt better.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, here I'll meet you in the middle. I'll correct both of us. It's not a skill diff; it's a preference and movement diff.
Yeah.
Because Captain Boomerang to me feels yucky, and I'm sure he can feel better with upgrades over time. But that brings me to the second quirk that it had. We played that game for 4 hours. Half of that time was spent in the tutorial, and it was still holding our hands after that.
And granted, if that game was supposed to be never ending, I'm glad it did all of that for us. And because you had 4 characters to learn different movements for. And instead of you just figuring out the movements, they made you go through them all so you really knew what you were doing. You know, I'm not mad at that.
The actual beginning part where you actively switch the between the characters and you play as all of them, that was good. I think that's really good tutorial development. Because it's like, hey, we're going to give you the option to have all these different guys. They all do the same thing, but not really.
Yeah. Except they do, because you attack and then you shoot.
Yeah.
Or you shoot and then attack.
The real only big difference between all of the characters was the delivery of the melee attack and how you traverse the world. Excuse me. And the class of gun you were able to use. Like Deadshot was able to use snipers and automatic rifles. Captain Boomerang used snipers and shotguns.
All I knew was King Shark had big minigun, and that's the only gun I ever used.
And then Harley Quinn used like a deagle or a revolver and a shotgun. So they all do the same thing fundamentally. They all shoot guns. It's how they deliver that that's different.
Yeah, me personally, maybe it wasn't my type of game.
Give me all of the guys. Let them all do the same thing if they're gonna do fundamentally the same thing.
Yeah,
like genuinely. If I think it'd be funny if it's, hey, King Shark has a minigun and tiny ass Harley Quinn walks up next to the guy playing King Shark. I also have minigun, but she gets like a movement debuff because she's not using an attuned weapon.
Yeah. Or like you said, proficiency. Like you get a damage buff for using this type of weapon on this character. Yeah. I think it's completely fair.
But like if you're the guy who plays every game with snipers and you're gonna have your aim carry your gameplay, let anyone play the sniper then. But like, why are you limiting what Borderlands didn't limit what people were able to do? Destiny, I don't think limits what you can do. Especially
because if you liked King Shark's movement, but you wanted to play sniper rifle, you couldn't.
Yeah, like I think King Shark was the only one who had like really good vertical movement. Like you could just jump like straight up.
Yeah, hey man, King Shark, you do, he do.
Because I'm pretty sure even like I was playing Deadshot almost the entire time. He has a jetpack, very straightforward thing to use in most games. You were absolutely running through and going to places way faster than I was as King Shark.
And like, to me, do I think that's balanced? You know, it's like, okay, well, if you like movement, you're gonna play King Shark. But for some reason, when we played multiplayer, if we both assigned King Shark in the beginning, it lets you. But when you get into the game, we both couldn't play King Shark.
Yeah, it has to randomly assign one of you it, or no one gets it, and you have to like fast swap to the guy to have the guy.
I don't understand.
Which, you know, whatever. If you're playing with friends or randoms, communicate who you want to play and coordinate, whatever. But like, back to the movement thing, it was so detrimental how fast you were going. There was times where I died or despawned and respawned closer to you because you were just going so fast.
Yeah.
Like there was times where I would select a mission and I'd be like, oh, let's go to this one instead. But you were already there. So like the area you were allowed to play in closed in on me. Yeah, even though I was the guy who got to choose the mission.
Yeah, I didn't understand that part.
Like the fact that I was on my way into that direction still, and it still was like, get your ass in the area, was like, I'm the party leader. What?
Which is weird. So I believe in The Division, right? Because I played a little bit of The Division when that came out.
Uh-huh.
It didn't matter where the other people were in your party to start the mission, but everyone had the same like to-do list.
Yeah.
You just didn't have to be there as long as someone's doing the to-do list.
Yeah, right.
So I was a little surprised about that. Besides, like, you know, okay, there's a cutscene that happened, and you both got to watch the cutscene.
And there was instances where it would say like, hey, we're about to start the level in 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. And that's fine. That's normal. You know, that means it's going to drag you over to where you need to be for the mission. But it was very strange to me that he was going not infinitely faster, but marginally faster than I was as King Shark. And even though I was the party leader, even though I chose the mission we were going to do, because he was going so fast, the world border got dragged in on me before I could even get close to the area.
Yeah.
Which made me feel really, it was very sour to me because it was like one of my biggest complaints about Ark early on when we used to play that game as teenagers was I didn't like that you were constrained by needing to be close to your party members.
Yeah.
Like you were forced to stick in a circle unless you did dedicated servers. Which just, it felt yucky. It felt really gross. Like imagine an infinite game or a game with imagine GTA, but all 20 players have to be in a relatively confined circle. It doesn't work. Like the world felt really big. I really liked how big the map felt.
Yeah.
That is something else I wanted to talk about. I didn't like how there was only enemies and activity on rooftops. And I didn't like how it felt like you were just disconnected from the rest of the world once you fell to the street level.
You know, to be honest, the whole game was kill the guy at the rooftop, turn around, there's another guy at the other rooftop.
The entire game was rooftop rumble.
Oh my goodness.
And that's not even getting in like the whole game aside, like that's not even getting into the I'm a DC fan. Oh, they did this to this character, and that like objectively, if you're not a Destiny, I'm gonna grind the same level to get all of my dailies and my loot. It's just really stale as a game, and at first, Pree and I were going to do we're working on a Pal World thing. It's a little late now, but we're working on a Pal World video. And we tested the script with 2 different videos. And we have a format that we want to do. And we tried writing a script for Suicide Squad. And the other videos, it kind of just like came to us, right? Like we were writing it and we just knew what we wanted to say. But immediately you and I were at odds because it was like, okay, well, do we share the Carfax? How do we share this information without just ragging on the game the entire time?
Yeah, right. Because there's, you know, just us talking about the game versus us trying to display the game. Oh my goodness. I want to give everyone that makes the game like, hey, this is what you featured. This is what I'm gonna like want to talk about. That's my highlight.
We want to give every developer that we ever do bargain bin on, we want to give everyone an honest chance. And it kind of sucks just because this new format highlights what we wanted to do before better. So older videos are gonna suffer from it. But it's like when it's very across the board, not just between me and Pree, but with the community, that a game is just objectively not fun or good. That makes it very hard to do a video without like doing a live streamer or clipping like, dude, this game's ass. Like, oh, what? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and then it's tough, right? Because we're not Rotten Tomatoes.
Not at all.
I'm not going to tell you that, hey, dude, your game is not fun because you did not have this in Rotten Tomatoes 99% quartile.
But that's how, like, in our experience, that's how much we didn't care for the game that we played. That was one of the jokes that made it to the first script that we worked on together.
Yeah.
One of the jokes that we made in that for the end line was, this thing is about as fresh as Avatar the Last, or not Avatar the Last Emperor. This thing is about as fresh as The Last Airbender on Rotten Tomatoes. And the joke was going to be, we were going to display that it had a 5% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, and I don't know, but
and a lot of people are like, oh, well, the story is going to be done throughout the DLC and there's new characters and new missions. That would actually make me want to rag on the game, because it's the same way that this is an argument that I actually made to Pree in the writing the script for Power World, one of our demo videos, and this video. An update, a DLC, or downloadable or DLC downloadable, purchasable content, DLC, and updates should not make your game complete or more fun. If I need a day 15 patch to make my game fun, you weren't ready to release the game. If I need a year 3 patch that adds the rest of the lore so I have a complete story, you did not give me a complete game.
Now, granted, if you do add more story lore with the DLCs, I'm not opposed to that at all.
If you expand on the story, or you tell a continuation of a story through DLC, a la The Last of Us 1 had like this side thing where the kid went on her own mission, right? Stuff like that's fine. Or like the Batman Arkham games, it told, the last one, Arkham Knight, told its story, and then you had a DLC where you played as Batgirl and Robin, and you were trying to find Batman before the events of that game.
Yeah.
If you want to tell additional stories surrounding or expanding on the game, that's fine. Give me the full story of your game though before you just start doing updates. Like, I get that like Destiny has this whole thing where a season is this entire arc, right? And it'll tease things throughout the month, and then throughout the year, and then by the time you get to the end of the year or the season, you get the full story for that season.
Yeah, because that's a whole like expansion pack,
right?
Or
WoW, yeah, expansion pack. WoW is a perfect example of that too. We're telling isolated but additional stories.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you don't give a rat's ass. Can I spoil the ending of the game for you?
Sure. And there's your spoiler warning right there.
Here's your spoiler warning for the video we're not going to make, or for the game that we did not enjoy.
Yep.
By the end of the game, you fight Brainiac. Whoa, spoiler alert. You fight Brainiac and you kill him. And then there's an offhanded comment that says, there are 13 Brainiacs in the multiverse. So your expansions or your seasons are going to be you fighting these different Brainiacs throughout the seasons.
Oh, and that's how they bring in more of the characters.
Yes.
Because they're characters that were taken over by Brainiac in another universe.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll get to that in a second too. That's that actually is a super spoiler and a little bit of game theory.
Oh.
But it ends on such like an offhanded note where it's like, all right, guys, we got to get back in there and we got to fight these other brainiacs in different dimensions. So it's like you don't actually get a story end. You get a high five. You killed the 5th boss in the game. Huh? By the way, we played 4 hours of the game and we didn't even get to the first boss, which isn't even a Justice League member.
Dude, I was trying, dude. We was trying to rush it. You know, I was shooting. I was doing the combo, and by the combo I mean punch shoot, because you know that's the crit. And then if you wanted to heal, you got to do shoot punch, and then you know you heal. But that was the only 2 game mechanics. But
I actually got tilted at the game because I watched some story elements just so I knew what we were in for, and I had a rough time frame of what we were gonna see. I was not aware because I never got to see like in the broader world gameplay. I didn't know that they introduced Green Lantern when they do, but you can't interact with him at all. They show Green Lantern as a boss and they say, we got to go kill this guy. He even has a marker on your map that you can like highlight as a waypoint to go to. But as soon as you go there, he just starts summoning like magic guns and he just shrugs you off and he starts botting you.
You get blasted.
And so the story beat to that is you're supposed to go to the Bat Cave or like one of Batman's places, and you're supposed to get a yellow lantern to upgrade your weapon so you can harm him. That doesn't happen for another 2-3 hours out of the 11-hour game.
You know?
The way that it works is you fight this giant robot, then you fight the Flash, then you fight Green Lantern, and then you fight Batman, and immediately after you're done fighting Batman and they kill him, you fight Superman. And then you go fight Brainiac, and that's the end of the game.
I mean, hey, you know, we killed the Justice League.
Cool, so that goes into my second spoiler. I'm glad you said that specifically. It is theorized that we did not actually kill the Justice League.
Well, there's 20 multiverses that we didn't kill all the Justice League members.
No, we didn't. We didn't. It's theorized we did not kill our Justice League. Would you like me to explain it? Because we actually did see this this plot spoiler, and it wasn't really pointed out until recently by people.
Go ahead.
So you remember how we had Flash before he was taken over by Brainiac? Do you remember what Captain Boomerang did to him?
He took off his hand or his finger.
Thumb. Yeah, he took off a finger. When the Flash comes back later, when he's taken over, he has that appendage back. The Flash does not have a superpower that he has super healing, but he can't grow back appendages if they're severed.
Hey, look, you know, if you're telling me Brainiac didn't Frankenstein his finger back on.
So the common thesis here is, you know how like there's those goopy monsters that are like the main enemies?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say there was a plot hole that didn't get covered up.
No, the theory, the running theory with the community that has been like analyzing this game is that we haven't actually killed the Justice League. We've killed what appears to be Brainiac-controlled clones or carbon copies of them with like their memories and their skills. And the only reason people are thinking this is because we're supposed to see the Flash and the Green Lantern in season 2 or 3.
Yeah. So going back to storytelling on Rotten Tomatoes here.
That was my pivot back into that. If they had like shown us one of the guys and said, "Oh fuck, this guy was captured. We got to go save the rest of the guys." That's the hook for the seasons. Cuz like, okay, cool, our world is safe now, but we found out, oh, the Flash was copied. They made a copy of him. So now we have to go beat other Brainiacs so they stop making copies of the most powerful people in the universe. Instead, it's a very dry. I'll show you after the podcast, but it's like it was just a very dry and like nothing ending. And a lot of people are just like, what did I sit here for? None of the deaths of the Justice League are ceremonious. It's all just like, when you kill the Flash, Captain Boomerang tries to piss on him.
Huh?
He unzips his pants. You obviously don't see nothing, but he unzips his pants and tries to piss on him, and the rest of the Suicide Squad's like, "Come on, man! You killed your superhero. Have some class."
Yeah. Anyway, so Rotten Tomatoes.
1% fresh.
So the bargain bin, or is that a bargain win?
That is a bargain. I lost $140.
All right, and
actually, no. technically, BCMG lost $140.
All right, can we talk about how we tried to refund it on Steam?
We played 4 hours of it, and Steam denied my refund.
All right, and
that's how bad the game was. Pree and I don't refund games. We wanted to refund this game.
All right, is there any other recaps or any other points you want to highlight for that part?
I didn't want to do the video, or I didn't even want to buy the game and try and do the video on Suicide Squad, because I was a little disheartened by a conversation that Pree and I had about it beforehand, and seeing people talk about it pre-release kind of was making me uneasy too. And Pree talked me into it, and I said, you know what? If Pree's down to give it a shot, whatever, we'll do it. I tried to like the game. I genuinely tried to like the game and have fun with it. I really did.
Yeah, right. So, and if we're gonna say, oh, you guys got talked into it because everybody else says the game was bad. Well, if someone says the game is bad, but no one has played the game yet, and you haven't seen anyone play the game, we don't know if the game is bad. We haven't played it ourselves.
Yeah, and the crappy part about that too is a lot of these like devs, or not devs, a lot of these news outlets are given very early access to certain games for their reviews to do media on. And in the time where like Game Informer from GameStop or whatever outlet you follow, IGN, by the time that they get their early preview copy, like beta gameplay copy, and then they do the release, a lot can change in a game.
Yep.
Because the purpose of those copies is also for reviews. They want to know what you think of the game. They want to know what can be fixed.
Look at Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. You remember that one?
Yeah, the entire world changed the perspective of that movie. But like a lot of stuff can change with a game in between the beta or early access gameplay and its release. I've done some game testing for with a couple companies, and the games when I watched them release, they were not substantially different games, but a lot of things that we commented on as a group, they were fundamentally changed for the better, or for the better as far as the group was concerned, the focus group, which is cool. So it's really disappointing when it's like, hey, we're gonna give it the college try anyways, just to make sure it's bad. And then, you want to really like something, because I am a DC fan. I like comic books. I'm a DC and Marvel fan. A lot of people liken it to the disappointment of Marvel's Avengers from Crystal Dynamics, and I think that's very fair, especially because it's an only online game. There was a point there where me and Pree couldn't even invite each other to the game.
That was tough, and it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah, only online multiplayer. The in-game inviting people did not work. We had to figure out with the shift tilde or shift tab for Steam. That's how you invited someone. I'm hoping that the system for console players worked better, because but yeah, that's not to say that people don't like it at all. The comic historian, for any of you who are familiar with him, he said he likes it a lot, and that's why I came to the conclusion this is a for Destiny players kind of game, because that was one of the things he likened it to, and once he said it, I was like, Oh yeah, that makes sense. The game where you have to log in daily and play the same mission and shoot stuff all day to get what you want out of the game. Or it also does the season that lasts a year, and it tells the story over the course of that season. So that's a fair assessment, but the disappointment is definitely if you're a fan of the comics or DC, or you're a fan of the universe that they said that the game takes place in, you were probably let down. And as a casual audience member or a casual gamer, you probably didn't care for this game at all.
So that's a hint to me. So I didn't really care for the game at all. Yeah. Besides Big Shark, that guy.
Yeah, conceptually, it seemed like you were vibing with the characters. It seems like conceptually you liked what was happening.
Oh yeah, hey, I don't know who Big Shark was until I played the game.
Yeah,
all I know is he's like the Hulk.
I liked that he talked like Dave Bautista's character Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Big Shark.
I'll show you some clips of how that character talks, and then you'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's just Big Shark."
All right, but anything else you want to talk about?
Don't buy the game. I'm sorry. It's if it's on a Game Pass or something, then you can play it if
it's
you really
on sale.
Want to.
If it's on sale and you really want to play the game,
that would have to be like an 80% sale for me. Like I don't think there's a price point where that would be worth it to me.
Yeah.
Or correction. If the deluxe edition was $40-$50, maybe. Like deluxe edition having the pre-order skin, because that was something I found out later. Buying skins is just buying the color palette swaps.
You don't even get a different outfit?
I think you can get a different outfit, or it's you get palettes for an outfit you unlock. But also each time you buy that from their store, it's $10 a pop for color palette swaps.
All right. Well, Valorant skins cost how many coins? And Valorant coins, not like USD?
The last bundle I wanted to buy was 100 bones.
Well, there you go.
Hey, at least I know Riot made a good game.
All right, and I think that's what we're gonna call it. So, if you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am Pree, and he was Lorenzo, and I think that will conclude this week's episode of Chump Change. Hopefully, we'll see you next week, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.
Toodaloo.
He said toodaloo.